And continue. Continue was late, by the way. Yo everybody, welcome back to Dark Souls Remastered. Last time out we made our way, I believe, through the Dark Root Basin, all the way up, down through the depths and things like that. Took out the Capra Demon, got ourselves a large ember to use at our blacksmith, and finally stopped here at Firelink Shrine on the way back. So today what are we going to do? Not go to Frampt, that's not what we're going to do. We're going to return to Andre. Ah, good timing. We're going to return to Andre, up there in the parish. Upgrade our claymore as much as we can, and then we're going to take a little bit of a detour because I wanted to devote an entire episode to Sen's Fortress, so I wouldn't really feel right doing half the episode running around doing side bits and then half the episode doing something else. So we're going to go do something else today, and then at the start of the next episode go into Sen's Fortress. But here we have the progression of Petrus's quest here, so if you spoke to him in the beginning you can join their covenant. I wouldn't really recommend it, but now we meet the next part of this, and that is what's her name? It's not Maria, is it? I don't think it's Maria. Okay, so she's not talking to us. So, I believe these guys are called like Vince and Nico, which is like a weird sort of like name for a couple of dudes. But Petrus says he's going to be accompanying them. Does he say where to? I'm going to gesture off and why not. Enter the Covenant if you want. But basically, I can't really remember this woman's name right now, it's escaping me, but these three guys are going to be going on the pilgrimage with her. Her pilgrimage is going to take her down into the catacombs, and we will catch up with him a little bit later on in the game. She's on a pilgrimage, an undead pilgrimage for the Way of the White, which is the sort of church and worship of Gwyn. And on the surface of that, it seems to be that that's exactly what it is. It's a church in service to Gwyn, the Lord of Sunlight, and they send the undead on pilgrimages to sort of reach Lordran, the land of the gods, and get closer to the gods, I think, really. But in actuality, what they tend to do is that anyone who's suffering from the undead curse is sort of just exiled by way of a pilgrimage. That's the unfortunate circumstances. I do not know what is happening here. My sprint button does not seem to be working. Hopefully it won't affect us too much. Oh, it's not really the sprint button, it's actually the analog stick. Every single controller I have at this point, I think we're now about 7-8 years down the line from the PlayStation 4 was still released, or first released even. I think every controller I've got at this point has got some form of issue, be it an analog issue or a shoulder button issue. I had to replace the R2 on this controller I think twice already. It's just the age of the things. But the new one's around the corner, so we'll see what happens here. Chat back to Andre, give him the large ember. And then we will use that to hopefully, whatever it may be. Did we go by it? Oh yeah, it's modify. Now modify the claymore to large. But now it says it needs large Titanite shards. So that's our next sort of journey, is to go do that now. There's a couple of ways I think we can farm them. I think it's possible to get them from the slugs in Blighttown. I don't really think we want to do that. I'm going to show you what happens when we access the bottomless box. I just realised how much crap we actually have on us. So the bottomless box is basically your storage, and you can just activate it and R1 everything into it, which is what we're going to do. Oh wait, oh yeah. I love that we've still got our pyromancy flame and haven't really used it at all. Trust me when I say it will all come good. We will make use of it. Yeah, I'll leave most of the Elite Knight stuff out. I'll leave the Thief Mask out because I really like it. It's my favourite piece of equipment in any of the games. Don't need Sorcerer stuff. And then it's our gold hemmed gear. And the steel gauntlets. Look at these. That's fine. So, where to next then? Well, first of all actually, even though I'm struggling to run, we'll see if we can take on this man down here. We might as well get rid of him just to show you that it's possible. I think with a +6 claymore we should possibly have a chance. Damn it. Oh dear. Maybe not. Okay. Do you know what we could do is actually as a test, since we're just talking about it? Let's see what Fireball does to. 162. Not the worst. Whoa, I was gonna say that probably hit. And again. Yeah, that one did hit. Whoa. We're stuck here. That was an optimistic lightning bolt, I would say. He's gonna jump again. Or he's not? Okay. Well, thank you for not jumping. That's gonna hit. Okay, we caught in his tail that time. Okay, up the stairs. And now we're out of fireballs. Neat. I was under the impression the Claymore did way better damage. But maybe because we're using it one-handed. So there you go, Demon Titanite, and you're going to use that to upgrade your boss weapons, if you choose to pick any up. So that's strange, what's going on with the analog right now. It's the exact same direction as all my other analogs as well. So I'm not too sure what the situation may be. I'll carry on with it anyway. So, we're taking a bit of a detour. We're already halfway through this recording session, but we're going anyway. And if the sprint button will allow us, or if my analog will allow us, what we're going to do is actually take a little shortcut back to somewhere else. You can go at any point in the game once you've reached this elevator right here. You can go much earlier than we've gone, but I wouldn't say it's totally difficult. There's maybe only one or two difficulty spikes in the area that you really need to be careful of. But I think now is a good time for us to go and visit it. So instead of going all the way down here, you probably want to be in that right hand elevator for an easier roll, but you can make it from here as well. And then we want to go over here. Yeah, good jump, good jump, good jump. Okay, nice, nice, nice. And we want to roll onto this, we'll grab this, and I'm not sure, I think you can, yeah. You can't get back on, so you're absolutely fine. Okay, and then just fall off there, apparently. So what we're trying to do right now is make our way back to the nest. So you can curl up like a ball back in the nest, and as you may well believe, the crow which brought us from excuse me, the asylum to the Firelink Shrine is actually going to take us from Firelink Shrine back to the asylum. Anytime now. Here we go. So we're just going to skip the cutscenes, not much to see. It's pretty much just the opening cutscene when you leave the asylum in reverse. And as you can see now, it's a little bit more populated with these crazy fire halls. So you remember, I think I mentioned them. Whoa. In our episode when we went to the lower undead burg, that they are deceptively strong with that fire. You really don't want to get hit by it or mobbed by them. They love this jumping attack. That's the attack that I hate, the charge attack. I mean, look, it overrides everything else you do and just stuns you for so long. And there he tried to do the sort of fire poke attack as well, and as you can see, I got lucky with it. I hit him, but he done this sort of stabbing motion right through my animation and could have hit me with it. This is an interesting one. You'll see these guys become aggressive, but no matter what, if you move out here, yeah, you'll notice they don't really stand on the centre of the floor in this room, and that's because if you stand on the centre of the floor in this room, you'll fall through it, and there is a secret boss now to be fought around here. which we don't really want nothing to do with right now. I'll probably activate it and show you it at the end of this episode, just for the sake of it. But so here we can get a level up. Yeah, I think we'll put some more in there for damage. And as we go upstairs here, remember how this works? Okay, it's a big overhead. Is this locked again? Or did I not open it in the first place? Well, in that case we're going to have to kind of go the long way around. These guys will of course respawn. I don't know why I didn't think they would have. Just roll through the pots. And we're going to take the same sort of route that we did back at the beginning, when we fought the Asylum Demon. This time, however, you'll see the skeleton up there has been replaced with a Black Knight. So this is kind of going to be a tutorial how to fight these guys, because you're going to have to learn at some point. I mean, you can try and parry them, like that, and it does massive damage. Yeah. That poke attack is actually not too bad, I think, to try and parry. Their aggression's great whenever you're just trying to heal up. Okay, it was a attempted parry. You don't like this, can't see him, yep. There's another terrible parry. Oh god, yep. Oh jeez. Right, this guy's probably gonna kill us at this state. Yeah. So, you can just ignore these guys. And maybe for the sake of trying to open a shortcut and get away from them, that may be the ideal thing to do. Just so that we can finish up this episode, I suppose, in good time. But, if you got something like the target shield, I think we maybe picked it up and then put it away. I don't think we can wield the target shield with air dexterity, but you know, if you've got something a little bit more dexterity focused, then you can stick the target shield on, and that'll probably let you get off some easier parries on those guys. It's the easiest way to do it, that or backstabs, as we've seen in the forest. But this area is of course very narrow. Doesn't really give you a whole lot of options for that kind of thing. You need to just try and get by them, like so. Oh no, the analog stick is really screwing us over, and as you can see, our good friend Oscar's there and he's standing up for some reason. Now, the reason he's standing up like that is because he's actually gone hollow. So here's Oscar. He does have fat rolling like all the invaders in the game, so you can kind of use that to your advantage if you want to. Another thing I can kind of recommend for you to do, we're doing this sort of different way. He went down easy enough. And he'll drop Crest Shield, which I believe just gives you good magic resistance. Physical and magic, yeah. Not bad. I can recommend it. But what you can do is get him to run up here. That boulder's still there, by the way. Get him to run up here and then trick him off and then plunge and attack him. And you can keep doing that over and over again. It's a pretty cheesy strat, but it does work. So next for us, this guy again. As we come up to the 15 minutes, we're all but done here, don't worry. These guys are still here. Easy done. And now, one area we didn't really come down into was this area last time. Whenever we left the asylum, because there was no point. Get that guy. And the reason we didn't come down here is because this door was locked, but remember we picked up that key on the roof just before we jumped into the nest to come back here, and that is what that key unlocks, this door, and it gets you this rusted iron ring. It's of not really any use to us right now. What it will do is it'll stop you slowing down while moving through mud and things like that. So if you come here before you go to Blighttown, you can pick up this ring, equip it, and it means that whenever you run through the swamps in Blighttown, you'll move at normal speed instead of the slow speed that got us kind of stuck. I don't really think it's all that important. As you can already see, we went to Blighttown, we didn't have any issues, and also wow, that was a much bigger drop than I remember. And also, even if you have the rusted iron ring on, you're covering such a wide area in Blighttown all the time anyway, that even with that ring on, you're still probably going to get poisoned, so the same sort of effect happens. You want to go back down to our original cell. Now I'm not too sure why they did this, but we want to go back down to our original cell. We're probably going to die, but it doesn't matter. It's a classic one and done run, as we did at the beginning for the Firekeeper's Soul. We need to just hope that our analog stick holds up. Another Dark Knight here, Black Knight. Yeah, you want him to do that poke, and we'll just go by him. And then we will grab this, the Peculiar Doll. Seems pointless just now, but it does have its uses. Parry him. I'll put it on the ground. Is it possible to chain backstab in this game? Not from that angle, but screw it, we'll take him on, why not? I think he's actually stuck. I think he is genuinely stuck. There he is. Well, you know what, bro? You enjoy myself. Oh no, he's not stuck. He was lying. That's a terrible parry. And so was that. And that's fine. Doesn't really matter that we died. Because one last thing we're going to do before we wrap this one up. Going a little bit long, but it's fine. Is we are going to trigger this boss fight. So if you want to trigger it, I highly recommend that you're at the exit side to do it. Over here. I don't know if these guys can follow you down. They might die whenever they drop. Because one of the biggest pains in the ass about this boss fight is that whenever the boss fight starts, you're going to take massive damage. So just want to keep walking, and it's a new Asylum Demon, but he's a lot different. So recommend just run over into this corner, heal up, and you want to just kind of stay behind this dude. You really don't want to get in front of him. Okay, so you see he's going to do this thing. Yep, so anytime he goes to put that staff on the ground, it will explode like that. So you want to try and kind of trick him into doing that sort of... Oh, our analog stick is screwing us over. It's kind of like Quellag's explosion, but it's way bigger and way more deadly. I didn't really anticipate beating this guy. But, you know, we're off to a good start, so why not? We'll give him a shot. He's not really important. Ah, I didn't realise his swings had that explosive on it. If you really want an easy time with this guy, you can grab yourself like the Uchigatana or something like that. Anything with a bleed effect on it will absolutely mess this guy up. He's pretty susceptible to bleed. And I think it's a very useful way of fighting this guy, because really, you're only going to be able to get kind of chip damage in like we're doing right now. Uh-oh. Yeah. So it's really prolonged. Not even for a proper good reason either. It's just, he just keeps spamming this. And he's going to do it again. And he's going to do it again. So as you can see, it's really the reason. And he's going to do it a fourth time. And a fifth. I think he actually might just be stuck in some kind of loop. No, he's woke up now. So I kind of double roll away from him anytime you can. Ah, jump to the wrong side. Tried to jump behind him. Yeah. So, he's not important. He's just an optional boss. If you beat him, you get a Titanite Slab. That'll maybe become important a little bit later down the line, but there's other ways to get them. It's just to show you that he exists, and if you remember from the very first episode, there was a second Asylum Demon, and that's where he basically comes from. So you can go down there, you can see the floor's repaired now. Every single time you have to fight him, you have to take that fall damage, which is a bit of a pain in the ass, but you can take him, no problem. We'll probably leave him just now. If later on in the game our stats are a little bit higher, and we can maybe grab a hold of a bleed weapon, we'll come back and just kind of make short work of him. But for now, that's everything, guys. Just wanted to show you off the Northern Undead Asylum Part 2. At the start of the next episode, we'll just head straight out of here, back into Sen's Fortress, and make our way at least to the very top of it, towards the boss. Hopefully we'll even beat the boss and move on to the next area. But, you know, we'll see. It's a 50-minute time slot, it's a lot tighter. But we'll check that out. But I want to thank you guys for watching this today. If you enjoyed the video and learned anything, please give it a like. If you get any feedback or suggestions, please use the comment section below to let me know. And if you want to see more of this playthrough and other playthroughs on the channel, please feel free to subscribe. But until next time, guys, I am done. So make sure you look after one another, alright? See ya.